Us now live to Union Minister for Commerce and Industry. Minister Piyush Goyal now joins us. He, of course, is the big hero of this week after that very successful India-EU trade deal. The implementation hasn't started, but it's the fact that we've been able to put it together. So, Minister Goyal, you're still smiling. What's the feedback in the aftermath of the announcement of this big trade deal? How confident are you that the vision that you had when this deal was being negotiated will actually, with concrete timelines, actually lead to execution and betterment for Indian exporters looking at exporting into the massive EU market?
I think it's a fabulous budget that has been presented by Nirmala Sitharaman ji under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. It demonstrates that our reform express powers on. Ever since Independence Day address of Prime Minister, we have seen more than 350 reform measures. And this budget is reflective of the speed of change and the comprehensive nature of work that is being done to prepare new India to face the challenges of tomorrow. If you were to ask me, I would call this a future-ready Bharat budget. It is preparing India to grasp the opportunities that all the other measures are leading to, including the free trade deals. It is giving wings to the aspirations of 1.4 billion Indians.
Now, I asked you also about the trade deal. You've got the big one with EU done. The elephant in the room, of course, is the trade deal with the United States. What can you tell our viewers at this moment about your assessment of when you're likely to cross the finishing line on the deal with DC?
Exactly what I told your viewers yesterday about the US trade deal.
You said basically that you don't negotiate with timelines in mind and the fact that it'll happen when it does. That's the best response that we have. I have a question on the high speed.
No. I also said it's making, Rahul. Then you didn't listen to my interview. I also said it's making very good progress. And that we are confident that we should strike a deal in the near future.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about these high-speed train corridors. You know, the Mumbai-Surat corridor running behind schedule on account of land acquisition delays, which we're now trying to catch up on. We've announced an expansion beyond that. Some would wonder whether it would have been better to actually deliver on the first corridor, show the advantages to that entire region which accrue as a result of having that high-speed rail corridor, and then seeing whether we want to incur these additional expenses for the new corridors that your government is proposing: Pune, Siliguri, Varanasi, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad. How do you look at this question? Deliver first on the first project and then expand, or just go in for expansion even while we get the first project going?
No, I think it's a brilliant idea to start planning for 7 more high-speed rail projects. You will very well remember that this first project, Mumbai to Ahmedabad, got delayed because when the Uddhav Thackeray, Sharad Pawar Congress government was in power in Maharashtra, by deceit, if you ask me, for 2.5 years, they completely stopped work on the Maharashtra end of the project. And because of which we are seeing that we may actually finish the Gujarat end, but the Maharashtra end would get delayed, even though we are trying to catch up. I think preparing ourselves for more corridors is in a way national service. More people across the country are going to benefit from these high-speed corridors. We will have new corridors, particularly covering a large part of southern India and giving them an opportunity to travel between Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, from Mumbai to Hyderabad, various places from Delhi to Banaras. I think it's a brilliant idea to start planning for that. As the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train starts, we will simultaneously have high-speed corridors, the planning phase, the land acquisition phase, the financing phase being sorted out so that we can see progress and give the benefit to the people faster.
Interestingly, right now for our viewers, the high-speed corridor from Varanasi goes up to Siliguri, doesn't go to Kolkata, which is where you'd imagine it will ordinarily go in the scheme of things. But maybe after the results, depending on what happens in the results, let's see if that changes. But that being said, I'm just being mischievous. That being said, on rare earths, the corridors that are being built, do you want to give our viewers a sense of our ability to catch up? Because China controlling a large part of the most consequential rare earths at this moment, and the concern that you want to extract these rare earths without damaging the ecology and the environment.
Well, 4 new critical mineral zones are going to be developed, and I think it's a very forward-looking measure to look at the critical minerals available within the country and focus on areas like permanent magnets where we are vulnerable, given that global supply chains have a deep concentration in certain geographies. I think it's a very, very forward-leaning measure to prepare India in becoming more self-reliant and ensuring our stake in global value chains is protected.
Minister Piyush Goyal, for joining us, thank you very much. Much appreciate you taking out time and joining us.